Alrighty, this video is for the internal team only, and so this will be on our YouTube page, but we're going to put it to an unlisted setting here. So anyway, so this is for the internal team. This is in regards to the new Google Sheet we're going to be utilizing. I'm just calling it 2023 Job Board and More. Okay, so this is the Google Sheet that I asked everybody to save to their desktop last week. If you do not have it, just please let me know. Actually, I'm going to be resending it it'll be a part of the email that you get. That'll have the link to this video in it. So please save this to your desktop. What we want to do with this is we want to try to utilize this as a working sheet that Miriam has access to, that Sarah has access to, as well as the internal team. Okay, so this is what the Dubuque, Iowa office utilizes, as well as a handful of others, and then our sister office in River Falls is also utilizing this. So, some form of it, may not be exact. So anyway, so in this Google Sheet, there will be, I don't know, was it 6 or 7 tabs down at the bottom here? So we have our South Side Light Industrial tab, so job board on the south side, right? And then on the north side, so then just click in there. Obviously, that's going to take you to a job board that has all of our positions on the north side, okay? And then we have office services, which I haven't fully built out yet, as another tab. And then here we have direct hire orders. So any and all active direct hire orders. You can see we've got a lot of orders here, so that's nice to see it just all laid out on one sheet. The nice thing here too, and I'm going to try to get better at this, is so you can see, these are lit up blue like they have a link. Well, the cool thing is they do have a link. So you click on that, and then it takes you to the Jazz HR ad there. So kind of neat. I've got way too many spreadsheets open. So any of them that have a blue, that light up blue like that, as opposed to say those ones, those are linked to the exact job in Jazz HR. So you'd be able to quickly go to Jazz HR. I think this will be more helpful for Miriam and Sarah, but nice for everybody else to have. You'll see that we also have that, like Sunrise here, I don't have the maintenance tech one uploaded yet, so that one is not live and active, but you can see assembly and then shipping and receiving. Okay, so if you were to click on those, take you to the job description in Jazz HR. So the way this will kind of work is, you see, since we're on Sunrise, and again, we can tweak this however we want to, and I have a feeling that we might. And I'm sure Miriam, being the spreadsheet wizard that she is, she may have some good suggestions on this. But just as an example, so we have Sunrise, okay, they're in Wyoming. This position here, maintenance tech, paying 20. They're looking for one of those, okay? Assembly is paying 17, looking for one of those. And this is, so as an example, let's say you have a maintenance tech candidate, you would put their name here, okay? And where they're at in the process. So you put James L subbed 620 or whatever, okay? Now we want to get a little more info on these. Let's see, so I haven't got rid of, so on the Southside LI, so the first tab there, Southside Light Industrial Job Board tab, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see I saved some of Dubuque's, how they kind of enter some of this stuff. To me, it felt a little bit jumbled and hard to see, but I wanted to save it just in case, so you guys could take a look at it and see if there's anything that we should extract out of that. But you can see, the way they do it here, they had InstaPro, so I'm guessing that's the name of the company. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30, 18 to 19 an hour. Clean background, I'm guessing is what that is. Requires steel toes and a drug screen required, and needs a resume and interview. So that's all good information to have, so that at a glance, we can look at it. And that's what we're going to need from you guys as a team as we come together. What does Westmore Fluid require in terms of, like, to even be considered? Is it steel toes and a drug screen? Is it background and no steel toes? What are those just very basic, simple requirements? Number one, are they updated in Q4? And then number two, we can put them here as well. Now we're going to operate this a very certain way. Everybody's going to have some different responsibilities on this. Obviously, the light industrial boards and the office services boards are going to be more employment specialist centric, and we'll talk about that when you guys get back. Direct hire board, obviously everybody will have access to that. This here is the checks tab. So you can see we had William Blythe who came in for a check. He was in actually just about an hour ago. So, Nicole pulled his check and gave it to the GM so that I could give it to William. This will be another area, checks to be mailed. So if we have anybody that calls in, hey, I just want my check mailed, we can put that in there. Approved for pickup. So, hey, you know what? I can't get in there by 5 o'clock with my sister, Georgina or whatever is going to be in there, right? You'd put their name in there as well as password, that sort of stuff. And then checks to pool, you can also utilize that. So that's that tab there. Weekly numbers. So weekly numbers tab. So literally it's going to have our weekly numbers going back. So we're just going to track, this is January 1 of 1, because that was our first ending payroll date this year. That counted towards 2023. So you can see that so GM over total baseline. So when you see this negative, I baselined that off of 30,000 because I feel like that should be our absolute basement when it comes to gross margin per week, right? So we did 11,000. That was obviously a holiday week. So, we were way off the baseline there. But you can see, that we haven't beat the baseline yet, but you can see, the difference of where we are compared to that 30,000, which should be our baseline. GM money weekly, so the actual GM clients billed. And I basically flatlined this out at 40, and you'll see why that, as far as 40 clients billed, because that's what corporate said that our baseline was. Hours weekly, so that week we billed 2,285 hours. Office services, so we have this here. Obviously it's blacked out because we don't have a solely dedicated office services employment specialist just yet, but we will. So I go ahead and have that line in there. So eventually when we do have office services, that somebody is just strictly focused on that, we'll reactivate that line there. And then clients billed different. So our baseline was 30. We billed 38, so we went to a -2. So that's what that is here. And then here you can just see just our weekly activity metrics. So interviews, placements, 30 for 30, NPCs, DM, and face-to-face. And then down here, I'm still playing with this a little bit as far as what are our goals? How close are we to our goals? So that as we're working this spreadsheet over the course of the year, we can see how far, as in real time as we can possibly get, how close are we to achieving some of our goals. So that's definitely not set yet. And in 2024, we'll be much more ready to go and on points and all that. And then the last tab here is our top 20 tab. So this will be, so everybody will have access to be able to look at our top 20. Right now we have, I think, 10 listed, okay? And we've started a new top 20 tracking list. And so what we'll do with this, kind of like we used to do back in the day, is, okay, so 6/14, the week ending in 6/14, the goal was just to get a new top 20 tracking list started. So that's what all these are. So the goal for last week, we didn't get a chance to meet just yet and go over this with everybody. So we did not do anything this week. And so I'll put some notes in there regarding that. But this week, where are we, what action steps are we going to take? Okay, and then who's responsible for it? Because top 20 is a team activity. It's not an outside business developer activity. It's led by the outside business developer, but the top 20 list is a team effort. From the FOC to the recruiting specialist to the employment specialist to myself to the outside business developer, top 20 is a team activity. It's not a solo thing. So I want everybody to have access to this. Just like we used to do back in the day where we'd have little notes on a Google sheet like this. Everybody will be responsible for something on this top 20 list weekly so that we're always pushing the ball forward on bringing in new clients. And so, we'll go over this a little more in depth next week when everybody is back. But I just wanted to shoot a quick little video because I've got it where I want it to, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this away for now. But excited to start working this. And like I said, we'll go over this a little more in depth when everybody gets back. Thank you.